Leo, welcome to your reading for the week of October 31st. This week, definitely check out astrojar.com for more great readers from here on YouTube that are getting harder and harder to find. It's harder to find new people. I'm finding new people like every day, so definitely check that out. But having said that, let's get into your week here. Week of hard work, it looks like for you. I would say in a good way. You have 3 8s, which is pretty significant. So 8s are all about work and doing work. I'd say also the nice thing about 8s, and not only that, you have a 6 as well, and 6s have a straight path down the middle. They represent just kind of straightforward work and straightforward things. I would say the same thing with all these 8s. 8s are about straightforward work. It's like exactly what you put in is exactly what you get out. So it's pretty, again, pretty straightforward. There's no other way to say it this week. But you have the 8 of clubs first. Very intuitive. I find, I've said it before, that I think, Leos can be incredibly intuitive and very underrated as far as intuitives go as well. So definitely trust your intuition this week. Also, try not to, I would say the message I'm getting off of this card this week is to try not to, jump to conclusions on things. Stay as open as possible. This isn't a bad card. Like I say, it's one of those cards. It's like not bad, it's not good. But sometimes it can make us just a little bit, we can just jump to conclusions a little bit too quickly. We can, kind of not think about things first. So it's definitely a card that says don't jump to any conclusions on anything this week, on any of your ideas or people that you meet or anything. Just stay open and allow things to kind of happen, and then then make your judgments and things like that. So that can be the problem with this, is we can get a little bit too focused. So stay open. Next, you have the 7 of diamonds, worrying about money. I think that actually, for most of you, again, I've said it before, I think things are getting a lot better for Leos, and so I think a lot of you could just be jumping to old things. Every time I see a 7 or a 9, I think of like old stuff, old baggage, thinking about old problems, worried about, old money and things like that. So don't immediately jump to the negative this week. If like something old comes up or something like that, try to stay positive. And again, it looks like an amazing week. 8s are money cards. You have 3. So I don't think money's even going to be a problem, but sometimes I think when things get better, we can jump to the negative because we're like, when's the bad thing going to happen? Don't do it. Next, you have the King of Diamonds. Great card of money and finances. Again, I would say the trick with the King of Diamonds, though, is to stay positive and to also stay open to ideas. The King of Diamonds can be extremely successful, but he can also go the other direction as well, because he can be almost like he can just jump to conclusions and things like that. He's very reactive is a word that I'm looking for. So don't be reactive this week. Don't react to things. Again, I would say it would be a great week for whenever anything happens, pause, stop, think about it first, and then, kind of have your reaction after you've had a second to think about, whatever is going on. Keep a clear mind. This is, again, a very good money card, very good for making money. Also, very good for saving money or, investing in all of those other things that you could be doing. I would actually say this week it would probably just be a better idea if you are an investor or something, it'd be a better idea to plan those investments, to think about those investments. 7 of diamonds and 8 of clubs, again, can make us not see things very clearly. So, it might not be such a great week to actually make those investments, but it could be a good week to kind of do some behind-the-scenes research on investments. Next, you have the 8 of hearts, a great card for love. Love definitely opening up for Leos out there as well, and a great card for meeting new people, and a great card for being social and going to social events as well. So if you're looking to meet somebody, definitely get out there and socialize in any way that you possibly can, going to parties, going to weddings, office events, networking events, and things like that. You could even, meet somebody through work with this card at some sort of like work event or, again, networking event or something like that. Great card for business as well. Like I said, you have 3 8s. 8s are just great for business, entrepreneurship. getting your ideas out there, launching your ideas and things like that. This is also a great card for negotiations. If you're involved in sales or anything like that, I know a lot of Leos out there are involved in sales and things like that. Leos are naturally very empathic, I think at least. So you can be great at sales. This would be a great week for selling things, even if you're not involved in sales. I tell people all the time, we are always selling. Even if we're not involved in sales, we're constantly trying to sell something, right? Even if it's not actually like for money. We're always trying to negotiate and things like that. People forget how important sales really is to all of us. So it's a great week here with this card to kind of get what you want. Gives you a little bit of an edge. Next, you have the Eight of Diamonds. Again, very good card for sales. Very good card for money and selling. Also great for planning finances and great for budgeting and things like that. Also great for learning about alternative ways of making money and savings and things like that. Many have commented, because I've talked about it a little bit before about how, I think in the future, maybe banks aren't going to always be the best place to put your money and all this other stuff. So, this is always a great card for looking at alternative ways of investing your money, alternative ways of growing your money, alternative ways of getting assets and things like that. So, I think it would be a good week for you, for those of you who are interested in doing those things, to look at like financial education and things like that through books, or YouTube is another great place for financial education and things like that. And again, I want to preface that with the warning that the Eight of Clubs is it's a good card for learning, great card for learning, but it also says, again, don't jump to conclusions. If you learn something on YouTube, just because somebody's on YouTube or just because somebody has a book or something like that doesn't mean that they're necessarily an expert. So definitely take that information in and decide how you feel with it on your own this week. I think that's going to be what's important for you. And then finally, you have the Six of Hearts. Great for negotiations. Again, you definitely have a huge edge in negotiations this week. So if any of you are involved in negotiating or selling, like I said, huge edge this week. So get out there and sell. And again, if you're a salesperson, get out there and try to reach as many people as you possibly can. This is also a great card for love and meeting up with somebody who's really important to you. You could meet somebody very special this week. Love is definitely on the table this week, I gotta say, for a lot of you. And let's see, this is also a great card for overcoming obstacles through negotiation and things like that. So a lot of you could be seeing a lot of progress towards things that you want this week with this card. But yeah, wow, looks like one heck of a week. Again, I think there's definitely probably a work focus this week. Definitely a work focus. Again, even if you're retired, a lot of you retirees hit me up every week and you say, you don't talk about retirees. I'm like, well, yeah, I do. Just because I say work doesn't mean just work as in working. It could mean that, you're working on your house. You could be working on a side project, side business. You could be working on your savings, investing, and things like that. So there's tons of work to be done, it looks like. But it looks like a good week. I would say, again, 8's very straightforward. Exactly what you put in this week, exactly what you get out. So thank you for watching and enjoy your week.